So yeah, the false card you have you passed is the Knight of Wands. Yeah, just looking over this whole spread. I know you've got the devil in the middle, which is horrible. And usually I try and cover him up if he's near the top, but I put a flower over his head or something. But I can't do that here because he's in the middle. Horrible, horrible devil. But apart from that, if you shut your eye to the devil, put your hand over where he is, the general feeling around all the rest of this is quite positive for you as an individual. There might be a difficult situation with you and someone else. That might be what the devil is. That's the feeling I'm getting just looking at that. But for you as an individual, it does look positive here. It does look like something's opening. I'm getting this opening up here. I'm getting an opening up for you. An opening. Anyway, so with the Knight of Wands, yeah, I hope this is going to make sense. Okay, it feels like on the one hand, you really cared about someone. You really, really loved someone. Really, really did. This is a love connection. It feels like you might be removed from them right now for some reason. There's still love there. There's still love there between you. I can see that. There's a lot of instability, or there was, with this knight. It's kind of jumping up and down with this horse. And yeah, they were connected to you. Okay, this is what I'm getting. They were connected to you. And they were also connected to something else or someone else at the same time as you. Now, it feels like they wanted to be with you. It feels like there's lots and lots of love there. It feels like there's some other influence around them, or there was at one time. Yeah, I think it still is, actually. So it feels like a bad influence, actually. And it feels funny saying that, actually, because they're an adult, they're not a child. And when you think of bad influence, you usually think of children at school and they have someone next to them who's a bad influence on them. So they're an adult, they can make up their own decisions. They can make up their own mind about things. But there's a very, 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 very strong link between them and this person or this thing that was a bad influence on them. And they felt as if they couldn't cut ties with whatever this is or whoever this is. And yeah, I think maybe they go back a very, very long way with this other thing, connection, whatever this is. Yeah, I think it's a person. I think there's a person involved in this, another person. It might be an old friend. It might be a family member. I'm getting a very, very, very close bond. Now, it's a close bond, but it's bonding over something destructive, or there's some kind of destructive connection there, or some bad influence. That's what I keep on seeing. Bonding with something or someone that wasn't good for them. And yeah, if this is you, if this is resonating with you, it feels like you really, really, really tried. You really tried to help them. You did everything to help them. And as a Cancer, that's what you do. You help people. You help people you love. And you bond really, really, really deeply with people. And you had a very, very deep connection with this person. But what I'm getting is they couldn't lose this other bond. And the word bond coming out of my mouth over and over again. And I think why that is because, I'm just looking across this devil. That's the ultimate destructive bond. There are these chains around these poor people and they can't get away. So I think they've still got this other connection, or this other bond, or this destructive thing, or this person around them. I really, really do think it's linked to a person. Yeah, if you look at this horse, it's jumping up and down, up and down, up and down, backwards and forwards. So it feels like they were backwards and forwards a bit between, from this other bond between them and that, all of that was going on, and you. So it's like they were back to that, back to you. They tried to leave all that. They tried to leave all that behind. They tried to come back to you again. And then they kept on getting dragged back in, because this is the devil. And yeah, I'll talk about the Five of Pentacles here as well. So I think, yeah, again, you tried to help them. They needed help with this, and you tried to help them. And I think you went backwards and forwards a little bit as well. Because I'm getting this, okay, it's me or them. You can't have both. I cannot be with you if you've still got this thing going on around you. You can have that, or you can have me. So I think maybe you gave them a little bit of an ultimatum or something like that. They still stuck in whatever that was. And so I think you distanced or you moved away, because that's what I'm getting here. You know, these people are out in the cold, they're upset. So I think you're away from this person right now. That's what I'm getting here. And it feels like they're still stuck in this. And again, there's another person. I keep on seeing another person here. It doesn't feel like a third party to me. Now, it might be. I'm not saying it absolutely isn't. It might be. But that's not what I'm getting here. It's a different kind of bond. It feels like someone who's been with them for a long, long time, an old friend, or someone they've been around for a long, long, long time. And that's why it's really difficult to break that bond. And that's why this is such tough competition for you. Because it was like, it's them or me, or it's that or me. And they tried to come back to you, but they kept on going back again. And I think for you, you were thinking, well, if you loved me, you'd try. You'd at least try to get away from this. And I think they did try to get away from this. But, you know, if you look at these poor people on this card, they're destitute. So I think they're really, really sad that you've moved away. They really, really miss you. I'm seeing that. But again, if you look at the poor people on the Devil card, they can't get away from that. So they're in between this, being stuck to this bond with this devil, with this bad influence. And then they feel like they really want you back again. So there's that's going on with them. But, you know, there's this big, big block between you. Whatever this issue is, whatever this bad thing is, whatever this bad influence is, that's the block that's between you. So the last card you have, your past, is the World. Yeah, so this is an amazing card. I love the World card. So yeah, you know, this can be about endings and beginnings. But I don't think there's an ending to this relationship. I think there's more to come. It doesn't feel final to me. It feels like there's something else that's going to happen between you. It might just be that you talk, but it's something. It's something that's going to happen. And yeah, there's no Death card here either. So it's not final. If the Death card was here, excuse me, I've got a really sore throat. If the Death card was here, I would say it's over, but it's not here. And again, the World card can be coming around, going around the world, endings and beginnings. So there might be another beginning with them, or at least some kind of talk that you have with them, or some kind of opening up again. And again, I'm getting this opening up in this card as well. So there's another opening up thing I'm getting here. And just looking at the sequence between this and the Five of Pentacles, you know, the Five of Pentacles, obviously it's about having problems with money, feeling as if you've lost out money-wise, maybe you know, lack of money, all of that kind of thing. And what I'm getting here is this is an opportunity. This is a new beginning. So if you've got a lack of money, if you're down on your money, if you've lost your job, if you've got a problem around that area, there's something opening up for you. And this feels really, really amazing, actually. This is the World card. This is something really fantastic. It looks really amazing. And, you know, it looks like a whole world's going to start to open up to you. Because literally, the world's opening up. The world's opening up economically right now. You know, things are opening up, shops are opening up, businesses. So I think as this all starts to open up, that's where this opportunity is going to come from. And it feels very, very free. That's what this World card is. Look at this woman. She's so free. So it feels super, super free. And yeah, it feels like your time's going to be freer, more flexible. You know, maybe in other jobs you had, you know, you're very stressed, your time pressed, you had to clock in. Maybe it was something like that. And now your time is a lot freer. That's what I'm getting with this opportunity. So it's more like, yeah, this is what I'm getting. It's not like trading time for money. It's more about trading your expertise for money. So you might be teaching. You might be offering your expertise for something. It might be a business you're joining. You might be going into a partnership. It feels a lot more freer. Yeah, I'm getting learning here. So I'm getting learning that you might have to do, and I'm getting learning that you might give to other people. So it might be that you're training, and then you do that training, and then you can teach others. That's what it feels like. And it feels like a completely different area. I keep on getting this, a new area, a new area. Yeah, it looks like maybe you've been thinking about this. Maybe you know a little bit about this. Maybe it's something you've always been interested in. But I don't think you've actually done this. And so, yeah, the opportunity is going to come up in whatever that is. So if you can think of something oh, I'd like to do that. I don't quite have the qualifications, I don't quite have the expertise, but I'd love to do that one day. If it's something like that, just know that this is going to come up. You're going to get the training as you go, and then you're going to be able to train other people. I'm seeing that very, very clearly. Yeah, I keep on seeing new area, so it might be a new location you're going to, might be that as well. And with the wild card, that could be about travel. And yeah, I'd say yes. I'd absolutely, definitely say yes to this. Yeah, again, training, learning, very, 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 very positive. So yeah, I feel as if I need to keep on telling you this. Please say yes to this, or at least consider this. It's very, very good, very good. And it's big. It's a big thing. It's, what this feels like? It feels like you've had one part of your life, one part of your work life. And then after you say yes to this, if that's what you do, there's the second part of your life. And it's a lot more freer, it's a lot happier, it's a lot better financially than the first half. So absolutely say yes to this. I think when you go through this training time, obviously you're not going to have loads of money all of a sudden, but it's going to grow. It's going to evolve like the world. It's going to evolve into more and more as time goes on. So I would absolutely say yes to this. So I really hope this resonates with someone. And if it's you, I hope you say yes to this. Really, really good. So the first card you have your present is the 8 of Wands. Yeah. So this is this opportunity. It's going to come in really, really, really quickly with all these wands. This is about action. Really, really, really fast action. So it might come in and you might not feel ready, actually, because, a lot of us, we've all been in lockdown. We've all been in quarantine. We've all kind of sort of adapted to this new way of life. And now we're coming out of that again now. And, for me, obviously, I'm looking forward to a lot of things again, and everyone is doing all these things. But it's an adjustment. It's a mental adjustment. And even simple things like, having your hair done, going to the gym, all those things that make us feel ready for the world, at our best, looks-wise. I know that seems superficial to a lot of people, but really, you don't operate at your best unless you feel your best a lot of the time. And we haven't felt our best at our best. Well, I haven't anyway, and a lot of people haven't. So I think this opportunity is going to come in when you might not feel ready. That's what I'm seeing. I'm saying, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. So you're just going to have to get ready if this comes along, and you're just going to say yes, have to say yes to this, ready or not. Again, I don't want to tell you what to do, but it's such a good thing. It's such a good thing. And yeah, I'm seeing money here again in this card. 8s are associated with money. And again, it's something you haven't done before. I keep on seeing this. A whole new area. I keep on seeing new area, new place, new area. So it might be that you go into a whole new area of expertise, which I think is what I was seeing in the wild card. I think that's what I was seeing. And yeah, it might literally be a new place that you go to. You might have to travel, because if you look at these ones, they're flying over the top of this house. They're actually flying. So it might mean that you actually have to move house, or it might mean that you have to travel. And you've got the world and this together. So again, I just want to stress, it feels really, really positive, very different, really, really, really big change. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I've got a really sore throat. I haven't been feeling very well, but I'm doing my best. Okay, so the other thing I'm getting in this card is, okay, yeah, someone wants to talk to you. They're not ready to do that yet at this time. And what I'm getting is, yeah, this is this love connection. This is a love connection. They're thinking about contacting you. They're not... Okay, this is what I'm getting. I'm getting rehearsing. I'm getting practicing. It feels like they're rehearsing what to say to you, actually. Not in a kind of contrived, fake way. I'm not getting that. They're not going to be fake with you. That's not what I'm seeing. It's more like, how can I say this? It's like, how do I explain this to them? This is what they're thinking. Should I say this? Should I say that? How am I going to talk to them? Because I really want them back. I want what I had back. I'm feeling like the Five of Pentacles. I'm left out. I really, really want them back. How am I going to explain how I feel to them? So that's how they're thinking. But the problem is they're still not ready to give this other thing up. I'm seeing that really, really clearly. And in their mind, it's like, they're trying to find a way to explain things to you, but they're still hanging on to this other thing. And, you've got the Devil right here as well. So, yeah, if this resonates, if you know what this is all about, they know you're not going to be happy unless they lose whatever this thing is, or this person is, or whatever this thing is. There's no way for them to word this. For you, you don't care about words. You don't want words. You want actions. Only actions. That's the only thing that's going to make a difference to you. You've had enough words. You've had enough conversations. Look at all these wands here. Look at all these words. These are all the words you've had with them already. You don't want any more. And that they're trying to find the right words. They're trying to find the right words to say to you because they want you back. They want you back. Now, but deep down they know there aren't any words, because you're only going to listen to action. You want them to remove whatever this thing is, and that's when you're going to be interested in them. And it's really hard for you. It's really hard for you because you've got love for them. I can feel that. You don't want to leave them. You don't want to leave them by themselves. You feel sorry for them. You feel as if they need help. But you've tried to help. You've tried to help. You've been there. That's what I'm seeing. That's the dilemma. And again, the block's still there. Even though they want to come and talk to you, no matter what they say, if the block's still there, it's still there. That's what I'm getting. And so the next card you have your present is, the Devil. So, again, they're stuck to this. They're chained to this. And that's the problem. That's the problem for them. That's the problem for you. They can't have both. And, however they try and word things, whether they turn the words around, they say this, they say that, doesn't make any difference. I think you're really taking a really, really hard stand with this, because again, you've tried everything. You've tried talking, you've tried helping, and you're taking a hard stand, but you've still got feelings. It hurts you to do this. It hurts you to do this. You want to be with them. You want to be around them. You want to help them. You want them to be better. You want them to get away with this, and you feel as if you can help them to do that. And that's in your nature, because you're Cancer, you're caring, you have deep feelings. It's hard for you to let that go. And there's love there. I can feel this. There's love there. There's love there. So, I'll talk about the moon here as well, because the moon's all about deep feelings, all that kind of thing. Now, what I'm getting here is, and I'll just lift this up so you can see, they need to come out of this by themselves. They need to come out of this by themselves. And I think you know that, and that's why you're getting away. That's why your head's telling you, you need to move away from this. You need to move away from this. You need to let them do this by themselves. So you know that for your sake and for their sake, they need to do this by themselves. And my feeling is eventually they'll be able to climb out of this, just like this lobster you can see on this card. But again, it needs to be them. It needs to be them that does this. They have to do this on their own. It has to be their decision. And again, it's going to take time. It's not easy. It's not easy to unchain yourself from this Devil. It is not an easy thing. So I think the advice on this card is, if you still love them, if you still care for them, and I can feel that, I can feel the love there, concentrate on yourself now. Just let them work through this by themselves. You concentrate on your thing and let that happen naturally. Let them work through this by themselves. So I think that's what the message is in that card. Okay, so the first card you have, your future, is the Queen of Swords. So this is how they see you. This is how they see you, and that's why they're struggling. That's why they're struggling. They're left out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. They see you as this Queen of Swords. You've got your sword up. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear the words. And this is really interesting. Look at this positioning. You've got all these wands, and it looks like they're trying to crash into this Queen. It's like, please, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. And the Queen's got her back to the wands. So you've got your back to the words, because you don't want words. You want action. I'm seeing that again and again and again, and it's not easy for you. It's not easy for you. Okay, just something else here. I don't want to be negative, but I need to tell you what I'm seeing. If this whole thing's resonating with you, there might be a bit of a shock that comes to this with this person, this love connection. I'm getting a shock that's coming to, not directly to them. It's not coming to them, so nothing's going to happen directly to them. It's to someone who's around them. So it might be this bad influence, whoever's around them. So there's a shock that's coming to this other person, and they're going to see this, and it's going to shock them as well. And this is what I'm getting. I'm getting near miss, a near miss. So it's something that's going to cut very, very close, like this big sword in the Ace of Swords here. Very, very cutting very close. It's like, oh, that was a close one. Near miss. And yeah, I think it's going to shock them, and it might actually shock them into change. And I think that might be the start of them coming out of the worst of this, like the lobster in the moon card. And it might be a health shock, actually. It might be a health shock. Again, it's not them. I feel as if I have to say this. It's not the love connection. It's someone around them. But it shocks them. It shocks them. So I think this might be a big, big wake-up call to them when this happens. And, you know, the Ace of Swords can be about clarity. This is the clarity card. And, yeah, it can be about a wake-up call, a shock. So, yeah, I was seeing this in the moon. They'll eventually come out of this. They'll eventually come out of this. And yeah, I think the shock might be the catalyst. It might be the reason for them changing, I think. But yeah, again, it's going to be slow. It's a slow process. You've got these poor people chained to the devil. It takes time to get out of that. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of time to get out of that. But I really, really do feel positive about this. I really do think it's going to happen. It's just going to take time. And I'm going to talk about the Two of Wands here as well. So there's a big message here for you in the Two of Wands, if this is all resonating with you. Don't sit and wait. Don't sit and wait for them to change. You know, if you want to be with them or if you don't want to be with them, whatever happens in the end, because they are going to come and talk to you. I think they are. And so the big message here is don't wait for that to happen. Don't wait for them to change. Don't wait for them to come back. Concentrate on your own life. Concentrate on your future. Concentrate on yourself. You've got this big opportunity coming up. And yeah, I shouldn't say this. I already have anyway. I've let the cat out of the bag. I think they are going to come back and talk to you or connect with you in some way, in some form. But whatever happens, you'll be in a way, 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 way better place if you move forward and you think about yourself and really, really think about this opportunity in the World card. And if there's travel involved, don't say to yourself, oh, I won't do this. I won't go on this traveling because, you know, they might come back and then I'll be away. And then that'll... Don't ever think that. Just do whatever you need to do. Do this opportunity or whatever you need to do in your life. And if they come back, you can sort that out later. You know, you can sort that out later. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If they come back, and I'm seeing that they probably will talk to you in some form in the future. And I am also seeing them getting out of this in the moon card. So there is positivity. There is a turning point that's going to happen here. But don't wait for it to happen. Do not put your life on hold for this to happen. That's the big message in the Two of Wands. So Cancer, I know this was quite specific, but it's a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. And the other thing I have to say is thank you so much for watching.